Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the WBM podcast. This is one of your hosts. It's your boy Merk.
You already know who this is. It's your boy Xfer.
And this is your boy Tico in the mix.
In the mix. Tell him, Merk.
Guys, we have an awesome interview set up for you guys today.
That's right.
We have one of our favorite sound engineers here for you guys. His name is Jonathan. Are you guys ready to do this interview?
I'm ready.
We're going to talk about the sounds that go behind making anime.
Behind the scenes, what's going on in the booth?
That's right, baby. What it takes.
And who's fun to work with and who's not.
Maybe not that one.
Just
Maybe
kidding.
not that one. But let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Hey, everybody. I just want to quickly preface this. We're actually doing this interview live from Anime Dallas 2023.
That's right.
Which means that we'll have a little bit of background noise.
But that's how you know it's live.
That's right, y'all.
But we are live at the con.
We were at Anime Houston roughly this year. We had the pleasure.
Late September. Yeah, that's right. To meet our boy, John. You want to go say hi, buddy?
Hey guys, my name is Jonathan Rodriguez. I'm a sound engineer for Sentai Filmworks, which also has been owned now by AMC Networks.
Oh,
So
wow.
people that don't know about it, AMC, not the theater, but the network, people that make Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
Better Call Saul, Walking Dead. Now we're owned by them. So we're
Dang.
spreading anime now to everyone that owns AMC.
That
Hey,
is
I'm buying the
awesome.
stock. Hold on, bro. I'm buying the stock right now, bro.
Because the streaming service, High Dive,
Yeah.
it's of course getting a lot bigger. It seems like it's getting a lot of good anime.
Huge, bro. Huge. Like, we've talked to so many people
Damn,
here that
bro.
is like, dog, it's some sort of thing called high dive. I don't know, but like, yeah, bro, we know what high dive is.
I just picture AMC Breaking Bad in anime form. That'd be dope as fuck. You know?
So there was one that they made.
No.
It wasn't by us. It wasn't by us, but they made one right before after they bought us. So they made their own anime. It was pretty cool. It's on the service.
Sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, I was just joking. I'm gonna watch that shit right now. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, all right, that's something to do over the weekend. All right, man. So what got you into sound engineering? Was it something that you were like instantly, like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? Or like, was it something you dabbled with? Or
So honestly, it all started off with I was in church. My mom was in church for like about 6 days out of the 7 days of the week.
right? Don't go on the Sabbath.
Classes and all that. I was like, what can I do to get out of this? Like, I don't want to be in church all day, coming after school, going into classes, waiting there. I'm like, you know what? Let me just volunteer. You know,
Sounds like
get out of service.
my Hispanic family.
Basically what it was. Heavily religious at that time.
I feel you.
And then I was like, oh, okay, let me just help volunteer, you know. And then afterwards, I met someone. He was one of my close friends, Aron. He was just around there, just another emo person like me.
Shout out to Aron
Right?
and Pierce DeVille.
Oh, so we were before that. We were with Bullet for My Valentine. We're
Oh!
having it today. Yeah. So
We got overly excited about that.
we all know it. We all know it.
and he would bring his guitar, and then he just started teaching me. I was self-taught on guitar.
Oh, nice.
From there, we joined the kids band, and from there, I gained interest on live sound. I was like, how can you give me that good of a quality and you're setting up? Then after a while, whenever I wasn't serving, they were like, okay, cool. You're not serving? Here, you make the sound for everyone. I was like, what? What?
No
It's
pressure.
like-
No
right?
pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure at all. It's like 13 years old, and I was like, okay.
Hands-on experience. So good.
Yeah, man.
So from there, it just grew and then gained interest in more audio. I did live sound for Lakewood Church for a little bit, not paid nor contracts, but I knew all the sound guys. So I was just jumping on the board whenever I can.
The liquid with the
Yeah, you know, that
Joel
guy
Osteen.
named Joe Osteen.
Joe
yeah.
Austin, yeah.
Guy with 16 Lamborghinis. Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Because we're all from Houston.
Let's go.
He's got that blue suede carpet, baby. You don't get it dirty now.
And from there, it just grew. And I've just been doing this for about 5 years now.
Only 5?
5 years, yep.
Wow.
Brother, man, you make it seem like you've been doing this for like decades.
That's how
bro.
good you are, bro. Yeah.
You're like, that's what it feels like, huh?
Yeah, right? Jeez.
Yeah.
But that's pretty impressive, though, man. Like, was it something that you just naturally had a knack for? You're like, oh, bro, I got this. Or was there a learning curve?
So it was definitely a learning curve getting into what I'm doing right now,
Yeah.
post-production work, because I was so used to mixing and mastering music and recording in the studio.
I was about to ask, how did you evolve from music
Anime voices.
So when I was in school, my instructor recommended me right before I was about to graduate. I delayed my graduation because I was offered by him, say, hey, I got 2 offers, but if you do this, you may not graduate or you can graduate late. Because I was taking my last 4 classes, independent study, self-taught, but I'll just show up, check in and all that.
Oh, shit.
But I was offered, hey, you can be a boom operator for an indie film here in Houston. And I have someone, he's an alumni, looking for someone that can adapt, be quick with it in the studio. It's like, oh, let me do both. Come to find out, I walk into this building. I was like, okay, cool. Regular studio, looks plain, simple, all that. Nope, anime. I was like, okay.
Shit, for real?
I was trying to hide my inner anime self. I was
So
like,
you didn't know before you accepted the offer?
Nope. I didn't know anything
man.
at all.
That's wild, bro.
That's good. That's bold of you because like it's your career. You take of it, and it was like worth it. Like wow, like, you were looking for copper, you found gold.
Yes, exactly. And one of the first sessions that I sat in was Swayze, John.
No
John
way,
Swayze,
bro.
owner of Anime Dallas in Houston that we're in right now.
That's right. Shout out John
Yeah.
Swayze.
Yes.
Thank you for letting us be here.
A big shout out.
And when I was listening to him, I was like, why does he sound so familiar? I was at that time we were recording To Love Ru.
To Love Ru.
If any of y'all know what To Love Ru is, it's
No.
pretty ecky.
Okay.
Get into it, but it's second season it got super ecky, and it was like, oh, whoa! Some of our actors had to change names now. After that, that's how bad it went into it.
Hot damn.
But after that, I was listening. I was like, damn. Okay, I waited for the break and said, hey, I know you're a director, but have you voice acted before? And it's like, yeah. Like I was Owen High. It's like, no.
That's
He was Owen High from Full Metal.
Yes, sir. Damn, that's badass, man. So you're just like trying to hold your geeking
Let's
out as much
listen
as you
to like
can.
ask Swayze.
Yeah, man.
Have you voice acted before?
You'd be like,
No,
you know, sometimes. Owenheim. All
no.
for
It's actually
one.
we had the same reaction when we met the
Crocodile.
gentleman because it was actually Crocodile. I'm like, oh my god, Crocodile. But he's done so much more, Lord Death, etc. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really cool just to be able to even getting the chance to know him on that level. But the fact that you got him while he was like in the director's seat, bro, you just walked in, you're like, oh my God, what did I just get myself into?
And how did it go your first time experience? Like the first time there.
So obviously, when I got in during an internship, but I got in during a heavy time, which got me my job full time.
Nice.
And it was all 4 of the studios running at the same time, and we were redubbing the 90s version of Saint Seiya.
Oh,
And they had a
Da-da-da-da-da.
deadline. Yeah, so I was part of it, of helping them. They were recording. So all the other studios would be recording at the same time. I had to build my speed, which at that time, they wanted me to go at 60 lines an hour.
60 lines an hour?
Yes, but that's including reactions. Reps,
Oh,
and
okay.
action. So it's okay.
Trial by fire,
It
pretty
still
much.
seems
You
like
know,
a
your
lot,
first
though.
day.
It still seems
Yes.
like a lot.
And I had to
Writing
keep
60
up.
words a minute sounds tough, buddy. You're talking 60 lines of editing, man. That's woo.
And they would let me
Man.
know, saying like, "Hey, we're done. Go to this episode." It's like, "Cool, I'll be editing." Barely halfway. Hey, are you done? It's like, oh my god, no!
You see
It's
what
like,
had happened was, yeah, damn.
And that's what my spit.
But back then
built
you
up.
couldn't say like, "Hey, this is my internship."
Oh
No.
yeah, they throw me into the sharks, bro.
Damn.
That's how it was. Throw me into the sharks.
Straight
I was
to the
like,
deep end.
Sink or swim.
Yeah,
But you swam though,
You
bro.
swam, man.
You
Because you still got a job.
Yeah.
you're Michael
I mean-
Phelps now, bro.
So let me ask you: were you doing the one that Shannon Reed helped out on, or
Which one?
Shannon Reed
Saint Seiya.
Did a
Oh,
very-
so Saints. Yes, so he
He
was.
did, he did the first 90 episodes.
Yes, he was with that with Joey Gubo, who's our manager as well for production, and he was co-ed. So I was helping with all of that.
Oh,
So
wow.
even though if my name doesn't show up on it, I was still part of that. That helped out. That was still in the beginning interning. So obviously,
So unaccredited intern. You guys heard it here first.
You heard it here, yo.
Because I know that
But if
Tommy
it
was
shows
That's
up,
the
it shows.
studio, guys.
That's the studio. Give this man his credit.
But other than that, I'm still grateful because even to this day, I have so many titles that I give credit to whoever makes it. Like finds the people. It's like, oh, this person is for this show. This even for sound engineers. I didn't even find out. Like I looked at my credit list for a website. I saw all the shows. Like, dang, I already did all those shows already. I was like, it didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It's
man.
already like more than 20 plus shows.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
In your career, whenever is there animes that you worked on that you had no clue, but as you got worked on, you're like, man, I'm gonna watch this. This is not that bad.
So yes, there was a couple of them. One of them, which was a while ago, called Getter Robo.
Ghetto Robo?
Getter.
Getter.
Etter. So dystopian future, hybrid dinosaur, human people. live under. Yeah.
Anime, am I right?
Dog.
It was aired in Toonami, so I was lucky enough to work on that. And
Okay.
I was working, and we like to do bloopers in the studio, to keep it fun. And
Yeah,
have
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
laughing. But this one had a lot of cursing in it.
And it leaked online.
No,
I'm joking.
there was one thing that did leak online. Someone did a compilation. How many F-bombs did they have? Because this one we were allowed to for cursing. So how many F-bombs? But one thing I left for my mix engineer for a funny for him, but it fits so perfectly in the mouth flaps and it fit with the context of what was going on. Everyone thought it was good. Mix thought it was good. QC thought it was good. It aired on Toonami. It aired for a little bit and they realized, that was not the line.
Shit.
So it is still out there somewhere in the Twitter sphere. You can hear that line that someone did a compilation of it. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it on here.
Yeah.
So basically the line was a different line, but it was the two main leads. They were talking Andrew Love and I think it was Scott Gibbs as well. They were talking and Andrew says like, hey man, let's go get some Dino Gina. Fit it perfectly in it. Calmly delivered as it was.
And he said, bet, man, I already got 6 orders. Let's go.
Yeah.
Golly.
And it goes to a cutscene to like they're in the marketplace.
Where else would you go to get Dino China? You know?
Oh, man.
I like mine fresh.
Definitely, bro. I'm definitely using that next time. Terrible.
And it was live on Toonami, huh?
It was live on
We're back on Toonami, guys. Yeah.
Live on Toonami. It was still on there. And
Next
it's
up,
still-
Dragon Ball Z.
But when they caught it, they just took it down, or was
Oh,
anybody?
no, they re-uploaded. The original line was there, but I have a marker saying like original line, funny, stuff like that.
Oh, like, because you leave bloopers on there and you thought mixing or QC were going to catch it and they just never caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so freaking funny.
But I was like, okay, let me remember to take them out, but it's funny for that.
I left it in there for my boy to catch it, but he never caught it.
They thought it was hilarious.
Classic.
He laughed too.
Well, hey, to break it down a little bit, can you tell us a little bit exactly of what the sound engineer is with the audio engineer in the booth?
So in the booth for post-production is very different. So what I do for post-production as an ADR engineer, I am editing / recording / a little bit directing in a way. I'll be letting know my director who I'm working with. My current director that I work with almost full time is Kyle Jones, so the one who's made Haiku for the dubbing, Made in Abyss.
Oh man, abyss.
He did also,
Did y'all do Hands of Face, okay?
No.
The home release?
Oh, no, yes, that one, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I did enjoy that
home
one.
dub.
So keep your hands off Azakin for anyone out there.
Not keep your hands off. Keep your hands off Azakin.
Yeah, keep your hands off
That's the
Azakin.
name.
For anyone that's into post-production world, what we do, podcast work, video work,
Is it
everyone
a little
will
bit,
love it.
Is it like
It's
a
a little
bit
bit of
'Cause
everything.
They're making an anime in it, right? That's what
it's already done. It's already, you can get the home video already. On the
Oh,
Well,
so
that's
yeah.
what the anime is about.
Yep.
The characters are making their own anime within the anime.
That's
within
pretty
the
cool,
anime.
man. That is pretty
And
fire.
So working all of that, I'm recording, of course, setting the microphone for each individual voice actor and just record. So we go to a certain section of their lines. Maybe they're in the first 6 episodes, but it's maybe like episode 1, 3, 6, right? But they're in different spots. So, okay, I go to the time code, record, I watch my video. It's like, okay, cool. Next time code, enter the time code. I go back to what I just recorded, roughly put it in place. And then I'm like, okay, this is roughly in place. I know where it's at. Then we go back once we finish the recording. We look at it, just move it, nudges little by little. It's like, okay, that's good. Oh, it's too long. Kyle may be like, oh, doesn't feel right. We do it again. Or I'm like, oh, that's too long, too short. Or it's like, no, there's a little gunk inside that recording. We got to retake it again. And then slowly we become one mind in a way. I already start knowing what he's about to say. He's about to say something. I already start moving. That's how it is.
Damn, that's cool, man.
Gotcha. How long have y'all been working together? If you mind me asking.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, since
Yeah.
okay, wonderful.
Hey, wonder,
Nice.
man. Damn, that's
Nice.
cool. Can I
Do you
ask?
get to work with like a lot of directors, or
Yes.
are you more assigned to just one?
So right now I've been assigned to Kyle, but before we were switched around. I worked with John. I worked with Shannon as well. For John was To Love Rue. To Love Rue I think was the first one that I actually did with him. And for Shannon I did what's the card game?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
No.
Pokemon?
The one to play in the school.
What's the card game?
The one the gambling game.
No, not Kakeguri.
Oh.
Chiha Yafaru.
Oh no.
So that one's actually pretty good. It's a poem game that you just listen to the first syllable or phrase, and you gotta swipe off your card. And you swipe the card off, that's your poem that you're going into, and you gotta win.
Oh,
And they're
whoa.
swiping so hard that they leave dents inside the walls.
What?
It's a pretty good anime. It's
Anime,
Anime, am I right?
3 seasons of it already, and that was a fun show that I worked on. But we've hopped around between shows, working different ones. One that I did with Shannon as well was, hold on, I have it posted right here.
No,
Let's use
take
the
your
cheat
time.
sheet.
Yeah.
No,
so
don't worry,
many,
don't
bro.
worry.
Where is it?
We could cut this out.
Oh, Sayuki Reload Zero in.
Say that really times 5 times.
So that one is basic. They're reincarnated every single season. They're reincarnated to something different, but it's still the same people.
Oh, that's interesting. How many seasons of that?
I think there's 4 different ones.
Oh shit, that's pretty badass, man.
It's kind of cool that Sentai is getting like, because Sentai is not as big as Crunchyroll, so they got to pick some good ones, but they also pick like some weird ones that nobody else wants to dub.
Yeah.
So that's got to be kind of fun.
Like there's one we absolutely do not want to do, which fans still wants to dub, and we're like, no, we're not going to give it to you.
Oh man, what? Since you're not gonna do it.
Not just the fan, not just.
Is it redo
I'm
for
not
Healer?
saying it from the studio like itself, but it's just moral in a way.
Oh, okay.
I know some fans want it. Some fans has their things, but I'm like,
There's some that get
I'm not-
really weird.
I'm not going to put my name on it. That's one thing I won't do. It's like I won't be the sound engineer for a porn.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it's hard to put your name on that,
Gotcha.
right? Like,
Yeah.
you'd be like,
And then
what are
if
your
I'm trying-
credits?
This porn?
Ass Theater 05.
It's hentai. It's hentai.
Oh no, this one is not even hentai. It is, but I wouldn't even consider it hentai.
Oh.
It's,
that's rough,
I
buddy.
don't know if you've heard of is Redo Healer.
Yes, I've heard about
Yeah.
it.
So you know.
Man,
Yeah.
I was just talking with Kyle in there.
Only-
and
and-
they're asking him to do it.
Yeah.
And the only reason is like I googled like what it's about, and I saw images. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Nah, this ain't me, bro. It's tough. It's tough.
Revenge.
Yeah,
Revenge.
it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, the plot is, it's terrible.
Like
Anime.
I understand the guy, but still though, that is basically how are you gonna get 10 victims, 10 different girls
What?
to play the roles of them.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
because I mean,
Yeah, man.
there's all this revenge anime out there.
And like revenge
But
means
this one
like he's
takes
talking
it
about
to
like
a whole-
he breaks their bones, he like snaps their fingers, and like they're screaming and shit, and he's like then heals them. Like
No.
it's wild,
And
bro.
then-
And there's some more
He
psychological stuff.
And then he does the deed with them.
And then yeah,
Yeah.
and then he like it wipes their memory and then just
Yep.
does it again.
It's wild, bro. It's like it's you know it's just those wild anime ones. That are like,
And
bro, chill.
the funny part, the
Find it on
creator-
High Dive.
creator, he
Only
did
read,
it-
and it's because I read it. I didn't watch anything, bro.
also the creator, he did a 180, did a completely different anime. Amazing, cute, great. But he also did that. But now when he does interviews, he has to wear a mask.
Oh, because of that.
Yeah, that's a
Gotcha.
hard. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get past that.
That's
at that
crazy.
point.
Yeah, man.
Man.
But what's
They went
the-
at
I
season
didn't, I
2 of
didn't even
that,
know
huh?
is there really like a demand for that? Like they're really like
Oh, there is. There'll be surges where it comes again and they harass us for it. I'm like, no.
Man.
Really, brother.
Because
Man,
it's
that's
on
wild.
like if you go on High Dive, most
We have
popular
it.
anime, Redo of Healer is the most one on the list.
We have it, but we're not going to dub it.
yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man!
Oh,
but
so-
what are some animes that you wish you could dub? Like some popular like Sentai properties. Like, do you wish you could get on
So-
Eminence and Shadow?
I was it. So my name may not be on it, but I've worked on it for a little bit. So,
Oh, cool,
Yeah,
man.
so I've worked on here and there whenever.
Because
the
that's one of our
engineer's out
top
of it.
anime.
Yeah, from on High Dive, man. Eminence of Shadow.
Eminence and Shadow.
Peak.
Yeah. But the one that I was happy to work on, even though it's dark, Made in Abyss.
That was a good one.
Okay.
Oh, the Maiden of is good.
That was
And
good.
that was also one of my first official credits that I got, but I worked on Dawn of Deep Souls, the movie.
Oh.
I was the recording engineer for that whole thing.
Wow, man, that's badass. I was gonna ask you. We had these guys telling us about Maid War.
Oh, Keep It Made War. Yes, I worked on that too. With
Oh,
it
Oh,
was
nice. Yeah.
Hey, man, homeboy was selling it. He's just like it's
It's like Mafia, but made.
Mafia,
but
but
maids.
maids.
Yeah, like Sopranos, but
Everyone,
maids.
great actors, all of the women that were on it. They were
Yeah,
amazing.
they were like
That's so clever, bro. Like
It was
I,
crazy.
I would love to see a Hollywood movie about that. You know,
homeboy was
This,
selling
Sopranos, but made.
Scarlett Johansson. You know,
Yeah, right. But it was the way they presented it was like it's everyday regular maids, or a girl gets hired on that you
Yeah.
wouldn't think she's ordered to go deliver a package, and when she delivered said package to another maid company, it's like all these insults, just nothing but shit talking about them. She's like, "I never said this," and it's like chaos just ensues
Yeah.
afterwards or whatever. And then they play one like where a baseball game happens, and like 2 people get shanked in the middle of the baseball game, and they're like, "Nah, bro, you don't have enough players to play." They're like, "No, they're fine," and they like prop them up, so it's
Yeah.
like Weekend at Bernie's kind of
Yeah.
shit while they're still playing baseball. It's wild.
It
It's
is,
wild.
and like what the director Joey, he thought it differently because you have your big female actors, Monica Rio, you have Brittany Karbowski, Kira
Right.
Vincent David, you have Caitlin here as well, you have Christine Otten as well, who's been in the industry for a while,
Right.
You have Molly Cersei as well, all of these famous women. And he's like, oh, let me do a different take. Let me have them as the background characters, miscellaneous. Let me bring up these newer characters, newer people.
Oh wow!
So he brought up the newer ones that we had for a while that they've had their roles, but they never had their time to actually shine.
Right.
To like be over like the veterans. The veterans are supporting them. And even the veterans, they give them their chops. It's like they're interested to see how they're going to grow and be like with them up there as well.
That is so cool, man. That they gave them a chance, like to do while they had all these awesome supporting actors, and they didn't even realize it. I'm sure, because they never were in the same room at the same time. But that's pretty freaking amazing, man. So
That's cool.
Can I ask you, like, what's the one you take your hat off and you're like, I'm proud of this one. This is my most proud work. This is one that I gave my all to make sure that it had the best quality.
Made it in Abyss season 2.
Oh, okay.
That one, Made it in Abyss season 2, and also Kaiji.
Kaiji.
man.
You were in season 1 of Kaiji?
interviewed-
Season 1 and 2.
Oh,
so
announced.
they did
Not
that?
announced.
Wait.
okay.
Because we just had Jeremy G,
Jeremy G was on our
and he
show.
couldn't tell us that they done season 2.
He's like, I don't know, bro. Maybe.
I
Oh, you know, it's been some time since then, though, so maybe now they can say it. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
We snuck in the studio. We saw the paperwork. And it's right there.
Man, because Kaiji, we actually like it a lot. I only watched season 1,
Yeah.
but I watched it dub with
Right.
Jeremy G on it.
Yes.
And I loved it, man.
His monologues when he goes off,
yes.
they're badass, man. They're really
Whenever he
freaking good.
first gets betrayed, you mother.
Yeah. He starts going off, man.
man.
That was really cool.
That one I
So
was
you did the
enjoyed.
whole thing, season 1 and 2.
Season 1 and 2, recorded all of it with
Nice.
Sick.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting because, like, you obviously know this is Squid Games is coming out. Same
Right.
concept.
Can't wait.
Same concept.
Same-
Yeah.
yeah.
Simple kids games.
Apparently, the creator of Squid Games kind of stole it from the manga.
Yep, it's almost the same
supposedly.
thing. Yeah, but I will say that's the inspiration. he got.
Inspiration. Okay, that sounds better.
Yeah,
Yes.
but right now, like, not many knows. Like, oh, there's Kaiji out there. It's like, yes, there's Kaiji. If you like Squid Games and you're trying to get into anime, you like something like that, watch
Kaiji.
Kaiji.
Damn, that's an easy sell for me on people
Fuck
now,
yeah.
bro. I just
Yeah.
thought about that. Hell yeah. I'm going to start doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Man. So I know that one you recorded it by arcs, right? You worked on it by arcs.
Yep.
So because you released them like staggered by arcs, right?
Yeah, I think. Gosh, it was long, but it was so long ago too.
Yeah.
And do you work chronologically, like episode 1 through ending, or do they give you like, hey, work on these episodes randomly, and then we'll put it all together?
Normally it'll be in order, so we'll go in batches. For this one, it was 50 episodes.
50
A lot.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There's
yeah.
25 the first season, 25
That's
the
what
second.
the second. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
So even though there was no time limit in a way, we still did it in batches.
Yeah, because Kaiji was released a few years ago.
Yeah. We did it in batches, so we did like 10, 10, then 5, 10, 10, 5.
So are you knocking out 10 a day? Like, or
No, so that's 10 maybe in 2 months.
Oh, okay.
That's getting it with the everyone or how many people we need to get into the studio, background characters, wall-up people as well, the leads. We go about around their times as well. Because most of them, they're theater people.
Yeah.
So they're in the alley. They have their performances as well. And we're like, okay, when can we find you? How long do we got to book you? I know for Jeremy's lead, she was over 30 hours, I think.
Really?
Just his.
Wow.
Yeah, for like the first 15 maybe.
I mean, he's narrating himself
Yeah.
in the episode.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're
he's
right.
every episode he's carrying it.
Yep.
Can I ask you, man? Like, so you say that the company wants to get you up to 60 lines an hour. Like, how many lines does a normal anime have or consist of? I like, again, a
Like
roundabout.
the
So-
average 23-minute episode.
That was when I joined.
Uh-huh.
So but normally the standard around up in California, Dallas up here as well for Crunchyroll, Funimation, I'm assuming they go around 40 lines an hour, which is moderate. It's fine because you take your time as well. We take our time as well, but we've developed the speed of the scroll and roll. We scroll through it. We come in with the actors. They blind read it, like how I showed y'all when y'all were here.
Yeah, the cold read, yeah.
The cold read, you're reading it. It's like you get the brief description. Go.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't know the character yet. You're still finding it. Then towards the end of that maybe first episode, you found it. It's like, all right, go back again, fine tune everything. And that's how we work. And that's how we built our speed because we're just so quick on doing that, 16 lines an hour. But 16 lines could be, 20 of that can be reactions. Like,
Oh, yeah, those ellipses
Yeah.
and whatnot, right? Yeah.
so it could just be a reaction or just a guttural punch. Or snoring.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it could be like 20 lines of snoring. That's it. And those go by quick.
Yeah, I
Like,
can
it take
imagine.
like 10 minutes and you're like, oh, okay. But those are the trickiest too because they have limited space.
Oh, I guess you can't let it go on for like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, yes, someone can sigh, but the mouth closes and you're still sighing. What the heck?
Oh, damn. Yeah. So you got to get it like
Yeah.
right. Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Interesting.
Man, I'm still really impressed with the entire whole ordeal. Like I said, what you guys have set up across the hall, man, is really, really impressive. Like I said,
Yeah. How did that come about?
You were
Like,
telling me that that's just a quick setup.
Oh, yeah, that's a
nothing
quick-
like the real thing.
Yeah, so that's a quick setup. Obviously, it's a more treated room as well. You're in your own booth. You still have that widescreen TV, which is dual screened. You have one full, half of it is full of script, the other half is video.
right?
So that way it's better than what I have right now is trying to compensate, and I still got to edit from my computer itself. And from there, it's like, okay, and I'm recording. You're listening to the director through your headphones, how we're listening right now. And you're listening to the Japanese. But right now, you're listening to the English because for Blake Shepard's show, for Robot Girl, it's already kind of laid out.
Yeah.
You're listening to that and you're not trying to replicate it. But in Japanese, you're hearing their tones, you're hearing their dialects in a way you're like, okay, I know how to go with this, but I know I cannot copy it because it's a foreign language.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where you give your take on
Yeah,
that.
man.
But-
That's one part that breaks my heart is like in animes, like some of the Japanese screams sounds dope as fuck. And I'm like, oh, but that won't translate. Because
Yeah.
I read the Japanese will sometimes make up words just to make it like sound like Naruto date bayo. That's not a word, but then he just says it. But that'd be hard to do it in English, So but then again, some things translate better. Like Black Clover, like the English sounds way better than the
Way
Japanese.
So
better.
Yeah,
sometimes the dubs do it better.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like, even for me, I don't know how people react with this, but she's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. She's been doing it for years. Goku.
Oh yes, I wish I knew her name off the top of my head, but
The OG Japanese cast, the high pitch,
she's
the
done-
kid,
yeah, she did Goku, Gohan, Gotenks. Like she's done all the whole family of the band.
Do you think she does it better than Sean Chamel, the English?
No, the English, obviously.
Yeah, hands down, bro.
Yeah. Special place.
Hands down. But the best is Spanish, bro. I mean,
Can I ask?
Speaking of Saint Seiya that you worked on, were you geeking out? Because I mean, it's big in Latin America. We're all from
Actually,
Latin
my
America.
family was. So I told them my family from El Salvador. They were like, "Oh, you worked on it?" It's like, "Yeah, I worked on
dun,
it." They were
dun, dun,
telling
dun,
me-
dun.
Because it's huge, it's huge in Latin America.
Oh, bro, yeah, bro.
I grew up in Costa Rica and Mexico, and Senseiya was like my thing. Caballeros
Absolutely,
del
bro.
Zodiaco.
To this day.
Bro.
Yeah.
So I was all about that. So I was wondering if you were geeking that.
Oh
Your
no,
family
I was. Yeah, they were. And my dad was. I told him like, "Hey, I'm working on this show. Have you heard of it?" It's like, "Yes," and he called me immediately. Not even messing.
Hasta tu cosmos.
That must have been great. But tell us a little bit more about behind the scenes, the workflow. Because, we know you get the actor in there. But how much pre-work do you do before you get the actor in there?
So that's always tough. Sometimes there's always quick turnaround. Sometimes we get deadlines at the last minute. It's like, "Hey, here's your show. It's due next month." I'm like, "What?"
So you got to get the actor in there.
Yeah, but even so, like, it's kind of hard. The people who assign us the deadlines, they got to be realistic too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we have no control on what they tell us.
This isn't
Because
Mappa, bro.
Right, exactly.
Oh my gosh. But they telling us, "Oh, this is deadline." But like, come on, be realistic. How you going to let me know that they're going to be here or not, or if they're even out of town or in town or they're in shows, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, not only that, but we got to wait for the material from Japan. How do you know if they're ready or not, or if it's a simulcast? Right? If it's a simulcast, that's even trickier because once they're done, we got to wait for them.
Yeah, you gotta wait for them to
and
finish.
then we got to catch up.
Yeah, y'all got to get a script to translate it, and then actually get it to match the mouth flaps. I mean, there's a lot of all that goes into play, right? And then you're like, okay, we got like 4 days, let's go.
Basically, that's how it is.
That's oof.
And we still fit it in during a normal daytime, 9 to 6, Monday through Fridays.
Oh.
So do you work?
Damn.
Do you work on the episode before the actor gets in? Like, do you have to cut out the tracks, cut out the video?
So the only thing I import is the music and effects, the Japanese video, and I have already saved my templates. So I just import the template, brings all my tracks in there already. So I
Smart.
just go ahead and record.
Done.
Drag and
Nice.
drop down.
Yeah. Make it easier.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I know, you got the voice actor in there, and we talked about it a lot in our show, the recording, the coaching. But then after that, after the voice actor is gone, how much work do you have to do in the post work?
Honestly, not much. So we blocked them for their time frame to get the lines, and we're working it right then and there. And once it's
Really?
done, boom, next episode.
Oh,
So
man.
you don't even take this home, dog. Like you literally just do it in the studio. You're like, all right, I'll
Yep.
see you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
So it's just a matter of
Wow.
like getting every character in and like make sure it all cuts together, but you do it right there and there.
And then we send it off to the mix engineer, depending if it's me or if it's one of the other colleagues as well that are mixing the shows. We all have our templates as well, so it just makes it easier for us to mix.
That is so freaking.
And when you
cool,
guys
man.
finish an anime, like I hate to say like, well, that's it. On to the next one. But imagine if it's a big project, is there any kind of celebration? They're like, oh, thank God, this is
It
done.
is. There was a time Kyle and I we were working on. It's fun, you know. You have your breaks, right? But come on, we're working on already 3 high school shows.
right.
And we're like,
How many rooftop scenes can we have?
like, come on, we're done with this. Give us something gritty,
Right.
We just wanted to like give us something gory. Come on. And even like the ones we're working on right now, they just been announced already. It's on High Dive. But we're working on that. And the next one, we don't know what we're going to have. We don't know if it's going to be gory, if it's high school show.
Or if it's going to be
drama.
the next season of Monster Moon.
For sure.
Exactly.
There is a rooftop.
Who knows?
Yeah.
When's that going to happen?
Who knows?
Like some of our voice actors, one of our male heavy cast that we have, they're even asking, hey, when is Haiku coming? I was like, we don't know. We don't know if the movie's going to come out. We don't know if we have the rights.
Oh yeah, I
Because
did
we
hear about
did
the
know.
movie. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's gonna
because
be sick.
it's such a battle for rights right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like even though we
With
have
Disney
all the
throwing
voice
Just don't give it to
actors-
Disney, bro.
Yeah, Disney's
Please.
throwing in the mix. Like, they're picking up
Hell no,
rights
I don't
too.
get nothing. Hope Disney gets nothing.
Like even Sentai, like we had all the voice actors for Haiku were from Houston. There's very few from Dallas as well. But some of them they've moved out to different states.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Even if Crunchyroll gets it, how they're going to give the Houston actors to come in? You know, it's the take and give. You know,
Yeah.
for the rights, who has the most money, basically.
Yeah. Who wants it bad
And
enough?
AMC, even though we're AMC right now, they got Sony.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got Sony, so
That's where it's at.
yeah.
Hey, we're cheering for Sentai then.
Yeah.
Because we're for Houston.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, we don't want to take too much of your time. Is there anything else you want to say on the final wrap up for this thing, man?
No, but if y'all want to follow me on my Instagram, JR_Sonus, that's what I go by. Not only am I doing my post-production work, I show a little bit of snippet of what I do in the studio, but also work I do outside of mixing and mastering music for local Houston bands.
Awesome.
Oh.
You also got a class that you're teaching as well, right?
Yes, I just recently picked that up. I started teaching a class at night for mixing, mastering, and post-production work at Avant Media Institute. It's right over there in Greenspoint. For some of them that do not know or some that do know, Guns Point Mall.
Yeah.
Classic.
Round
locals.
86. Terrible.
Other than that, I'm doing that and also live sound work around town, whatever I can do. So this job never ends, bro. It's always exciting what I can do in different fields.
So you're keeping busy with work outside of anime too, huh?
Yep. Always outside of work, busy. Like even right now when I was messaging you earlier, someone just messaged, hey, how much do you charge for an EP? I was like,
Oh shit.
all right, let me use just mixing. Is it mastering? It's like both. Okay, since it's first time, I'm gonna give you the discount.
Gotcha.
That way we can build up the relationship, and then we'll work on our way from there.
Damn, that's very cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, we have to like discuss more about that. Like, how have you grown from that to now branched out to like other music, mastering for other people?
Oh yeah, like even on my my profile, if you click on it, it shows my portfolio of what I've back then 5 years ago. But that's my minimum of mixing now. But I still specialize in metalcore mixing, rock, alternative, all of that. But I can also do hip hop, reggaeton, UK drill, EDM.
UK drill.
Yeah.
We just got recently
We just got into UK Joe, bro.
bro.
It's fire. In it.
In it,
Bruv. Well, John, we want to say thank you so much for coming on our show, man. We really do appreciate it. And I guess we'll catch you in the next one, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
we can
man.
do more of these.
All right,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would love to have you back. I mean, especially with some of those big announcements that are coming out from Sentai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I know some you can't talk about yet. So later on,
Yeah,
we want to
man.
get you on for part 2 to talk about all the stuff
Yeah,
you've
man.
worked
When
on.
y'all finally do the what do you call it? The healing? What's that one?
Hell no. Hell no.
They're not gonna do Read the Healer. We're not gonna watch it. Do not find it on High Dive right now. But that's our show for today.
Guys, this has been the WBM podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been one of your hosts. It's your boy Merk. Make sure you guys are following us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all at WBM_podcast.
And this is Expert. You should already be listening to us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all that jazz.
Yeah, and this is your boy Tico in the mix.
In the mix.
As always, check out the website, WBMpodcast.com. We have all of our episodes there. You can find some of our video content on social media and YouTube. And send in topics. If you want us to talk about anything, send in our topics to our Instagram account. That's the best way to contact us.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this has been Jonathan out here with us, guys.
JR
Nice meeting
Soda.
y'all.
Let's go. And we out this bitch. Peace.